Today, we're going to be talking about Google Doc Origami. What I mean by that is Google has now given you the ability to really alter your page layouts to make them work the best for you. In the past, our two choices have been portrait and landscape. As you know, portrait is 8.5 by 11 straight up and down. Landscape is 11 by 8.5 wide. I have started this document about cheese, and I currently have it in portrait mode. And I've added in this table, but I feel like my table is not going to be as big as I want it to be. It's going to not fit in within my margins for my portrait for printing. And instead, I really wish that I could put it in landscape mode. But guess what? I can. So Google Docs has now given us the ability to change our page layouts throughout an entire document so that I can have both portrait and landscape in one document in a way that's designed for easy printing. So to do this, here's my table. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click and highlight on everything that's in the table. I go up to File. I go up to Page Setup. I'm going to say the selected content. I want that to be in landscape mode. I say OK. And what Google will do is it's put in a page break for me, and it has now put this content into landscape mode so that I can add additional columns, add pictures, and do whatever I want. If I'm finished with this and I now want to go back into portrait mode, then I can come up and I can insert a page break. And I can type my next content. So I'm going to continue talking about cheese. You should eat cheese. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, come back up to File, go back to Page Setup, and this time I want my selected comment or content, or from this section forward, if I want the rest of my material to be in portrait, I'm going to change it to portrait. And you'll see it puts in a blank page that I can just get rid of. So I'm just going to backspace out of that. You'll see it's now got both of the layouts within this document. And as I continue writing, I can continue altering it back and forth between portrait and landscape so that when I print it, it prints the way that I want and it appears the way that I want. This is not your only choice. You also have the choice of going pageless. And pageless is perfect for those kind of documents that you are not planning on printing that are just going to live online for people to view there. So for example, my document right here that I use for our PD things, I have this in pageless. And the way I have it in pageless, as you'll see, it takes up a lot more space. It fills up the page. There are no page breaks as I continue down. It's just one nice long flow of information. This is an older document that kind of is set up in the same way, but this one has a page in it. So you'll see that it's in portrait mode. I am limited by my margins. It's as big as it can get. If I wanted to change this, I go to File, Page Setup, and I want to make this pageless. I can choose to give it a background color if I want to, so I'm just going to do that. Why not? And then you'll see my document is now, it no longer has any borders on it. If you see these little blue marks right here, this is showing you the viewable size of the screen. So I can click and drag this out so that it fills up the entire page and it gives me a really nice visible view for people to look at. When you are using this pageless view, another great option is if it's a very long document, you'll see over here that you have the ability to add a summary outline and that sort of thing. So if I come back over here, I have done that. So if someone wants to quickly navigate through my longer document, they can just click on my table of contents and it will take them directly where it is they need to go. So Pageless is really designed for those materials that are just reference, that are going to live online, that you, your students, the public, anyone you interact with is going to need. I personally have a recipe book set up like this so that I can access it right on my phone. It's in a pageless doc. I have given myself these as headings. You can see that these are titles or headings. Whenever you use that, that's what shows up over here. So when I'm on my phone, I just open up my dock, I use my search feature, and I find what it is I'm looking for to make for dinner. But these are the ways that you can do origami Google. So portrait, landscape, portrait and landscape in one dock, and of course, pageless.